Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. We're back again with some reels that Scott has found in his West Coast flea market finds and searches. And boy, I'll tell you what, I'm anxiously looking forward to what Scott has sent this time. He never fails to disappoint in terms of the reels that he finds out there. Some of them have been at the Rose Bowl flea market, and then he's been to some others as well, and some local bait and tackle shop kind of things, and he always finds good ones. So we're going to talk a little bit about the ones that he found today. We'll talk about the ones that I plan to make those videos of in terms of how to service and repair. We'll show you the reels, and we'll give you some hints about flea market finds. So one of the things we were talking about earlier, and I'll just use this reel as an example, is make sure when you go and search at a flea market that you fully test all of the features and functions of the reel. This one's an interesting one. It's the Lou Childera reel. And, well, make sure that it turns. Make sure that you're seeing the spool turn. Make sure, in this case, if it has a line guide, that the line guide has got a feature that's working. Check your free spool. Make sure that that runs independent of the handle turning. And check the cosmetics of it. Make sure that it's intact, that you don't have any chips or cracks or anything obviously bad with that. This one's, for whatever reason, has got the line keeps wanting to tangle in that spool, which tells me that this one's is overly loosened. That's okay. Check that. And then make a general observation about it. Is it something that you're going to be able to tune up and take fishing, or is it something that you want to just kind of put on the shelf? And then all those other things become considerations. For example, you've got wear here on this one, but otherwise the reel is in pretty good condition, and I would say go ahead and make a purchase, or at least when you go to make that purchase, go ahead and understand the pluses and the minuses of that purchase, and then you can make an offer. For example, on this one I see this one doesn't seem to be turning. So there's something probably going on in that little mag piece there. All right, let's go take a look at what Scott's got, and we'll see which ones are going to be fun. Looks like he's sending me 10 more of these reels. I think this is Scott's own attempt to keep me employed, but we have some fun with it. He has some patience, and a lot of these make them to videos just because they're so unique. And well, we're going to take a look at a unique one to start with. I don't even know this one. So here's a Spin Chief made in the U.S. The profiling on this reel clearly says that the reel is around the 1950s. I've seen this profile before. It kind of looks like a Langley profile. But I'm going to do a little bit of research before I start, kind of see what I can learn about this one. It does say made in the USA. And other than that, I'm not quite sure whose reel this is or what this reel is, but I look forward to doing it, and I look forward to sharing that with you. Here's a Shakespeare that you don't see much of. This is a Japanese-made one. This is, well, appears to be in beautiful condition. Remember, we were talking before about flea market finds and condition of reels. This is the 2103. It's a nice kind of an olive green one. When you're going with spin reels, make sure you test the bail to make sure that that fires. If it has an anti-reverse override switch, make sure that it overrides. And you can test the drags, tighten those down. Test that drag, make sure that it's tight, and so on. But we'll probably do a video on this one. I'm going to look up the manufacturer, and we'll see what we can do with that reel to make a video out of it. Scott's found a couple of these Mitchell 300s. This one's the Garcia Mitchell. So some folks ask me, what's the difference between a Garcia Mitchell and a Mitchell? Well, predominantly the difference is that Garcia was the distributor. So you will usually find a Garcia Mitchell reel in the U.S. and Mitchell reels non-U.S. Seems like a nice solid customer there. And I've done enough videos on the Mitchell 300 that I probably do not need one, but if you're interested in seeing one, I can direct you to where it came. Wow, here's one that's in pieces and parts. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is a Seahorse. My initial thinking on this one, without taking all these pieces and parts out of here, is that this is in some way sharing a life with the King Neptune and the like, a Japanese reel. Yeah, this one's made in Japan. Seahorse number 707. I don't know why it sounds like maybe I've done one of those. Looks like the spool, well, it looks like it may or may not be a two-piece spool. My guess is it's probably separated. You can't do much about that. If it's separated, I'm not a welder, and that's probably what it would take. I like these guys here. Next one up, this one's a Johnson. It's the Johnson Century 40th Anniversary Edition. Can't say enough about these reels. Well, I can say enough about this one. It's tight, which generally means that it hasn't been serviced in 40 years or whatever. Okay, let's keep moving along. Scott's found some beautiful reels. Here's a pen. This is the pen 160. It's in the Beachmaster series. The Beachmaster, the most popular of the Beachmasters was the 155. The 160 is a shorter or a narrower version of the 155. This one's got what you would expect to find in the saltwater environments. It's got a lot of corrosion and the like, but these reels like that. I just did a video on one showing the Ocean City 981. That format is so popular. It can be used in deep lakes. It can be used from a pier when properly tuned. This is a nice casting reel. It's got the plastic spool on it. The plastic spool enables you to cast it further because it's lightweight. And this one seems to be turning fine. Just needs a little bit of beauty treatment and tune up with the greases and oils, and I would expect that one will do wonderfully. So I just showed another video on the Pfluger Capital. Here's your Pfluger Akerite, A-K-E-R-I-T-E. Well, they're basically the same thing. They're basically the Pfluger Capitals. I like these. There's a single screw take apart on this reel. It enables you to remove the side plate. It's got a line up here that tells you how to put it back. In the inside of the reel, you can see how to service it. This is pretty much a bridge that mounts to a big plastic piece, and then the inner part of that is simply the yoke to release that reel. And they're a lot of fun. I did a Capital. If you have one of these reels and you're curious about how to service it, go to the Capital. If I have time, I'll go try to make a video on this one as well. Nice football knob on this reel as well. I'm going to start putting some of these back in the box because I'm running out of table room here. Well, I don't have to go any further to guess this is an Ocean City. It is. It's the 922C True Temper. Well, I said Ocean City and it says True Temper. What's the difference? Well, the difference is that True Temper bought Ocean City. I believe it was in 1958. And for a couple of years you saw Ocean City True Temper. And then you saw just True Temper take it over as a brand. And then True Temper went out of business. I believe True Temper lasted through the late 1970s. So this one, if you were looking to date this reel, is after they converted over to their brand name. And I'm going to guess their brand name conversion may have been in the early 1960s. All right, two more reels here from Scott. I think he did nice in terms of providing the variety. And he never fails to disappoint. One of my favorite pens. You just don't find these too much. If this is the one I'm thinking about, the 500 series, yeah, this is the 545. If you have the opportunity to find one pen reel that kind of mimics what a pen reel should be in the modern form factors, this is it. I have the 525, I believe. Love it. Absolutely my go-to surf reel. It's got high speed and it's just a well-made reel all around. The 545 is the bigger edition of that. There might be a 535 in between, I'm not sure, but you can see it's got the high speed. It's got the bump out for the bigger main gear, and we'll do this one. I've done one on. I know I've done one on the reel I personally own, the 525, but we'll do that one as well. And here we go. We actually found one in a box, and that always amazes me. If you go to the flea markets here on the East Coast, you very rarely find boxed reels, and yet Scott seems to be doing pretty good and finding them at all. So let's see what it says here. It says introduced in 1979, M44 blue. It's a Daiwa Millionaire. That looks like the original box. with a new drag system, whatever that may have meant for the Iowa Millionaire. I just saw one of these the other day. Somebody was selling one that had a copper color to it. I'm not quite sure what the age of it was, but it kind of looks similar. Fun reels. Boy, for the time, the effort, and the energy, look at it. You can cast this one a mile, and that's what I like about it. I have a Iowa Millionaire, more current version, that I've actually shown you in the setup that I use in my surf fishing. I just think these are probably one of the best reels ever made. And Scott found one. We're going to service that one, and if we have a chance, we'll do a video on that as well. So we've talked a little bit about how you evaluate the reels that you're thinking of purchasing out in the marketplace. We did a little bit of look at some of the reels that Scott found at that flea market. We talked a little bit about the ones that we're going to try and do some videos on. And if you've seen a reel here that I don't plan to do a video on, please leave it in the comment section if you would like to see one. And I'll do my best, given time and what's allowed. I will try to do a video for you. And if I have one in the library, I will try and point you to it if you haven't been able to find it by searching YouTube. So again, I encourage you to subscribe, and if you do subscribe, please use the notification button so that you get alerted as to when I am posting the videos, and you won't have to miss any of the episodes of the ones that I am doing. To all of our first responders and essential personnel, thank you for everything it is that you do. You're absolutely amazing. To everyone, please stay safe, stay well, have a great day fishing, and keep watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle.